YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. When you come in, hit the like button, share if you want, say good morning. uh, TikTok been taking me away. Calgon, take me away. Listen, I'm back over here. I'm coming up here this morning. I'm exhausted, but I'm going to come up here in the morning. I just have to get it together. I got to go get me some tea with some lemon in it. I just got to get some energy. I goes to bed extremely late. I got to learn how to go to bed. But when I sleep, I sleep. I try to get a nap throughout the day because I take little cat naps too, especially when I'm making these deliveries. I be sitting in this car. I be going dozing off before I know it. The phone is on the car floor, and then I got my little I have to get up. When I get up, I have my little mouthwash because I know I'm gonna fall asleep. So I make sure I have my mouthwash so I can rinse my mouth out because I like, when I get in a public, people love to talk to me, gravitate to me bigly. I mean, they really big time gravitate to me. So I got to make sure my breath is extremely fresh in somebody's face. So when I sit here and wait for my deliveries, I doze off. Sometimes it'd be like 30 minutes. Sometimes it'd be an hour. It depends on how much I go. I work extremely. I mean, I work a lot. I work extremely a lot. I work a lot. So, by doing these platforms and working and talking to other people, I stretch myself very thin throughout the day. So I said, let me come up here on YouTube a little bit and talk about some things and, uplift. And my uplifting may be triggering to majority people because I tell the truth. I tell real truth. So a lot of people don't like truth. I'm learning this, now by being awakening, spiritually awakening, being a chosen one. I'm learning now that a lot of people don't like real truth. They don't want to hear the real hard, raw, naked truth. But I can't do it no other way. I'm going to do it the way that I was built to do it. And I'm going to keep it real. And a lot of people don't like to keep it real. A lot of people like to hide. They like to hide behind the shadows. They don't want to face their shadow. And being though you don't like to face your shadow, being though many don't like to face their shadow is because dealing with self is harder than dealing with someone else's self. So a lot of people rather point fingers and gossip and do other things to people. So when it comes to them, they hide. They hide behind the bush. They can't take constructive criticism. They can't take other people talking about them or gossiping about them, but they can do it to other people. That's why you have to be very mindful how you engage with other people. If you grew up around people that always gossip, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna take on that type of spirit, and you don't want to gossip about others. If you see somebody out here less unfortunate than you are, or don't have what you don't have, you thank God for that. Be very grateful because tables can turn, tables will turn, and it's a lot of people out here that have big old businesses, billionaires, millionaires, which money do not make your character. Money do not make principles. Money is not morals. Money is not integrity. But the way the world presents itself, like money, cars, businesses, credit scores, vocabulary words, all of those things really matter. You looking now, y'all see now with all these billionaires and millionaires and trillionaires, whatever you want to call it. You see all of these people now, they losing everything. They're being exposed. They got some real dark sides. And I've been noticing this since a kid. I've been around a lot of people that wear, quote unquote, a lot of titles. I've been up against a lot of doctors and lawyers and nurses and all that stuff. I've been around it. It's been around. I got it in my family, but I know they had some real dark sides to them. I got uncles, I got siblings, I got cousins, I got aunts that's not even my aunts, but they pretend to be. But those people had big, nice careers. They had everything going for themselves. Oh, they had the best houses, the best cars. Oh, they wore the best makeup. They wore the best muscles. But them people had some real dark sides. Very. Hi, Samantha. How you doing? It's okay. I just been jumping up here every now and again. You got to come over there to TikTok. You got to, if you got a TikTok account, come over there on Spiritual Therapist. We be going in. Last night, I wasn't I wasn't expected to go the way it went because it was raining extremely bad last night. So I couldn't do my lives because y'all know I do my lives outside. I love the outdoors. So I got on late because of the rain, and then I had to make a delivery. And I was like, I told him I was gonna come on at 8:30. I be trying to set a time to do something, but it always never works out. That's why me and Tom, I just don't like setting time. I just like to pop up. And it's not that I pop up but if you can't make my live, it's okay. I mean, you're not held hostage over here. You're just not held hostage. I know, I mean, everybody got their own lives too behind the scenes, and I can only pop up because I do so much. I do live streams, I work, I talk to other people, I'm doing one-on-ones. This is a lot. This journey I'm on is a lot. It takes a lot dealing with people. People is really hard, not hard to deal with, but hard to learn. Like if you say, well, if a man or a woman, you in a relationship with a man or a woman, and they crying about what that man did to them. If I give them deep revelation, they'll take it, but they won't apply it. That's just like if you got a physical wound and the doctor said, put this ointment on that wound put that ointment on that wound 3 times a day. Make sure you wash before you do it. Make sure you change every bandage. Every time you apply a new ointment, wash and put a bandage on it so it can heal properly. If you do it wrong and it start being affected and you go back to the doctor, he gonna be like, you must didn't follow my steps. So that's how it is with God. If you don't follow his steps, how you expect to defeat Satan? So, it's been hi, oh y'all, please don't make me wear my glasses. Hi, God, I don't know how to say that name, but it's a name up here. What you say, hit him? I've been dragging. I'm going to get there soon. I got more time. I finally quit my job. Oh, you quit it? Why you let them fire you? Never walk out of a job. Never quit it. Never. Oh, they done pooped on this window. Never quit your job. Never. Let them fire you. Let them terminate you. I used to be a union steward, and I tell all my people when I was when I was a union steward, I steward 5,000 or better people. I done seen 1,000,000 people at that one job that I was at that 10 years. I seen a lot of people in my lifetime. But never, ever, ever, ever quit your job. Never. Always let them fire you. If you've been gone 3 days or however many days, go back and return and let them fire you. Let them terminate you. If you can. But if you can't, but never ever quit your job. That's a bad thing for a resume too. People think getting fired is bad. Getting fired ain't bad. Oh, you got another one? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, you're 2 weeks. Okay, okay. Okay, all right. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Okay. What did you have? Was you The pension, 2 week notice. That's another thing that people need to tell the truth about. Putting in a 2 week notice, that don't mean anything. It's up to them if they want you back. That ain't big in career resumes. People say that. People want that 2 week notice because they don't want to have an empty spot. That's the only thing that's about. But that don't really matter. Believe me when I tell you. Nothing really matters. But never quit. Always get fired. Never. And if you was in there 8 years, if you was in a factory or some type of plant job career, you got some percentage into that job. Like you got some pension if that's what I don't know what your career is. And if you get fired, that's the only way you can get that pension. You can't get it if you quit. That's why I tell people, get fired, get terminated. They ain't gonna tell you the tears in the bin. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not good. I mean, if you're a chosen one, chosen ones I can't do no time. I can't do no clock in. I can't do no clock in. I like to move. I don't like standing in one building. I like to go around. And the job I got right now, and I know the Almighty gonna bless me bigger. He prepping me right now for wherever he gonna carry me at. I just like to move around. I like to travel. I need a job, and the Almighty already know. That's why I guess he got me in all this travel right now, all these rental cars and all this. I know he up to something real good, but whatever he do, I know it's gonna be travel. I know it's gonna be consistent on travel. So I don't like to be in a building. I can't stay in a building. I can't stay stationary. I'm not stationary. I'm not stationary. I can't do it. I can't. I say that all the time. I'm not a stationary type of woman. I like to move around, honey. I like to go places. I like to meet other people. I don't like to see the same old people face over. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't like to see the same faces every day for you. And maybe that's because all my life I've been a mover. From a child I moved around. I never was a settled kid. I don't know if that is because the Almighty made it this way. And 9 times out of 10, he made it this way. Well, 10 out of 10, not 9 times out of 10. 10 out of 10, he orchestrated all of this from a child to now. So he know what my destiny is going to be. And I accept it. I'm like right now, I'm unplugged from the grid. I don't owe the grid nothing. The grid don't owe me nothing. I'm just free. I'm very free and I love it. Let me tell you, now that I know who I am, and now all those detachments, at first it felt like I was losing out, but now that I understand I was winning, as it felt like I was losing. I'm gonna tell y'all, I even told a family member, not a real family member, but I called them a family member. I said, I feel good. I feel so good. I feel good that I'm detached. I feel good that I'm free. I mean, I'm actually free. Like, if I get a husband, he can come right now and scoop me up, and we can, how y'all say, elope. We can elope, elope. I think I'm saying that right. ELOPE. I think I'm spelling it right. I don't know, but we can elope, go off, take off, and never appear. No, that's how free I am. That's that is just how free I am right now. And tell the Almighty send me my loving, caring, my loving, caring husband. Yeah, whenever it happened, if y'all see me disappear for a while, y'all know somebody done came down like an eagle and scooped me up with his claws, and I'm missing because we don't went and elope. I think I said it right. We don't went and got married, and we don't went off, and when I come back, y'all will see a new me. So I'm looking for that, because that is one of my prayers. I don't want weddings. I don't want nobody to know. I don't want nobody sitting in there. Yeah, I'm very free. That's how free I am. I am kid free. Like the Almighty, just, I am detached from all the systems of this realm. This realm I am not hooked in nothing systematic. So, I love who I am now. I do. It's really, it's different, but it's peaceful. It's like you no wearation, no heavy burdens. I ain't got to worry about this. I ain't got to worry about that. I got two sons, but they grown, and one in prison, and the other one he doing his own thing in the streets. And my daughter, she's no longer here, and I had to heal from all of that stuff, but now I'm unplugged. I'm unplugged from everything. I'm not afraid to lose anything or anyone. So, and I'm not lost anymore. So it's good, y'all. I promise you. I just love who I am now, and I'm free. And I ain't trying to give no enticing words. I ain't trying to be all intelligent. I am very wise. I have a lot of wisdom, and I move strategically, and I observe. I'm very strategic about anything I do. So I don't I'm not out here trying to be this high classy quality type of woman. My quality is within. So I just love who the Almighty had me as. So yeah, and then I shares it with, not rubbing it in other people's faces, because I had to put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get where I'm at. I had to face my own demons that I had. And I had some real severe demons that was attached to me through my bloodline. So, I had to do a lot of deep cleansing with the Holy Spirit, sweat and losing hair, you know. Bumps all over my face. I'm breaking out in hives. I mean, it was some real serious transformations I had to go through now. Things that I was used to that I had to say no to. I cut my hair off. I'm letting it grow. I was like, I'm cutting it all the way off, because fighting these demons, I don't want nothing heavy on my body. So, or anything I have to deal with right now, because them demons was coming hard. Them demons was like, we love your energy. We're not letting you go. Yes, you are. You're going to let me go, because I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight this. Oh, my goodness. So, I'm not sitting up here saying it was easy. It was extremely hard. It was Ooh, it was some days I just wanted to just lay down on the ground and just not wake up. Not, I never was suicidal ever. But it was just like, it was some days I just wanted to go to sleep and Heavenly Father, don't you let me wake back up. But I never was suicidal. I never wanted to harm myself ever in my lifetime, no matter all of the things I went through. I never got to that part where I wanted to harm myself. Never. Absolutely not. I'm not going to let nothing take me that far to the point where I want to harm myself. I love me. Ain't no way I'm going to hurt myself. And you know how I feel to be cut on, or, man, no, sir. It's a guy that was in North Carolina, and he used to always wear a mask before Corona came. And he would always wear a mask over his face. And me questioning everything, I said, sir, why are you always wearing a mask? And when he took that mask off, let me tell you, I don't know if y'all ever saw Dark Man, the movie Dark Man, where you could no lip and you just see the teeth. And it scared me at first, because I wasn't ready for what was behind it. And I was like, whoa, what's up with that? And he say he went in his house. His girlfriend had committed fornication on him. Men are sensitive, believe this or not. Men are more sensitive than women are. Believe it or not, men cannot handle being cheated on. Women can. Women will sit down and let a man cheat on them 15, 20 times. A man can't handle a woman going out there giving up her cookie. He just can't do it. He can't fathom it. He will either take both of y'all out, or he will take you out. He'll take all three of y'all out. That's how sensitive a man is. And he found them in the, doing the do. And, but he went home and got his shotgun, and he had put it under here. And when he pulled the barrel, when he hit the trigger, he thought that it in him. It messed it took half of his face. And he had to live with, I don't know if he's still living or not, because it's been some years. He had to live with this, the look in the mirror, trying to take his own life, because he felt like his woman took life from him. And we talked, and I was like, no, sir, I'm not putting no gun. I'm not putting no knife. I'm not taking no, if I'm going to take some pills, it's because my body hurting. But I'm not taking no pills. I'm not putting no firearm. I'm not putting no blade or nothing to my body because somebody went out there and cheated on me. I can't. And that man had to live with it the rest of his life because a woman went out there and cheated on him. And now that I see why he did it, because a lot of men want control. And control is not a good spirit. You want somebody that's free in your life. You don't, men got to get out of control. Men do want a lot of control. I noticed that with men, it's a lot of men that like me, but they have this control spirit. And I don't like control. I don't like control at all. Control is not a healthy lifestyle. When a man want everything his way, or he want to control everything you do, or he want to control the way you look, he want to control the way you talk. And 9 times out of 10, when these men get these women, they already know what they are made of. If you get a woman that was in the streets and she dressed half and half, that's what attracted you to her. So why do you want to bring her in your life and reconstruct her? Now you want to make a hoe into a housewife. That's just the way they say it in the streets. Why? How you gonna make a hoe into a housewife? You can't do that. That's control. That's a demon on you. And this is what a lot of people got to let go. Control, being covetous, being egotistic, being arrogant, being prideful. See, them demons. And when those demons in place, the relationship is never going to be balanced. It's never going to work out correctly. And that's because somebody is wounded really bad when you still holding on to those jealousy. Don't forget about that spirit either. That's a bad spirit. I used to have a controlling spirit. I let that go real quick because you're going to get your feelings hurt. You out here trying to control somebody, you're going to get your feelings hurt. You out here bullying somebody, you're going to get your feelings hurt. You being overbearing, you're going to get your feelings hurt. So that's why it's important to deal with your own demons. If you got a lust demon, you're going to get your feelings hurt. And we all done had something. We done all had some type of demon. I had demons. I had it with an S. I had a lot of demons. But I've got them buddies up off of me. Holy Spirit, what I got to do? Turn away from this. Okay, boom, boom, boom. What you got to do? Turn away from that. Boom, boom, boom. I'm crying, but I'm turning. As I'm turning, I'm crying. I'm on my knees. I'm on my business knees praying. I'm on my knees repenting. I'm crying, though. But I had to do it. I got to detach from that, too. Oh, wow. I'm crying, but I'm doing it. And it really molded and shaped me into the woman I am today. And I love who I am today. Versus now I look back on who I was then. I'm not saying some of the things I was in sin doing, I didn't have pleasure in doing it. Absolutely, I did. I had a lot of pleasure in doing certain sins. But I'm not saying it was the right pleasure, but it pleasured my urge and my craving at the moment. So, now that I see, now I got integrity, morals, standards, boundaries, integrity. I'm not gonna principles. I'm not gonna let none of that, I would never trade that in for nothing in this world. And you can sit a crate of a crate with $1 billion on it. I would not trade my soul for nothing. My soul is healthy now, honey, and I love who I am. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that ye present your body and live and sacrifice holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Absolutely. I always do scriptures in the morning. What is a sacrifice? It is a easy, perhaps in own life, to think of it as an action of limiting one's own freedoms for someone else's or otherwise common good, yet through Christ, through his teachings, and ultimately upon the cross, we were shown a different interpretation of sacrifice, as rather as the act of love and generosity. Living with this example is up to us to offer our own bodies up to the Lord as a sacrifice, not in order to simply receive his love, but also to give and give bountifully one's own in return. Man, that's real. And that is Romans 12:1. See, the world puts in a different sacrifice than the spiritual sacrifice. So yeah, it's we as people have to work on ourselves. And I was saying this on TikTok, which I got to go over there in a minute. But I was saying this on TikTok. People got to understand that, this world got categories. This world is about who's richer, who's poor, who's what. But people got to realize we all are souls. And nobody exempt from Satan. Nobody is exempt from Satan. So there is no good person. We all are sinners. We all are sinners. And that's in First John. That's why when people be playing the victim, I be like, I can't do the victim game. I don't do the victim. Oh, he hurt me. You allow him to hurt me. Good morning, sunshine. How you doing, baby cakes? How you doing? Everybody got to take accountability. Everybody. It ain't no one or two, or y'all got these people that's egotistical or arrogant or prideful. Those are only because they're wounded. And you have them sitting up there boasting and bragging like they hurt somebody. They didn't hurt nobody. They hurt themselves. Because good morning, baby, as long as you stay in sin, you're only hurting yourself. And when these women or men say, yeah, she did me dirty, she da. If you let somebody do you dirty for a long period of time, it's no longer on that other individual. It's on you. Now, if they show you who they are in the beginning, yes. Now, listen, I see what they're about. Okay, this is as y'all call it, red flag. Okay, this is a demonic spirit. Now you sit down and you observe this demonic spirit and you put it together, then you go in the word of God and you read about it. Or if you is reading the word of God, then you understand that spirit that's amongst you and that individual. And then you got to see the spirits you got on you because you accepting this type of demonic spirit in your life. And them demonic spirits don't come in and play. They come in and they afflict much pain. They put some pain on your life. And who wanna live in pain? Who will choose pain over peace? No. I never choose pain over peace. Even down when it come to phone calls and stuff. I don't like calling people. I will text. I will do, not texting, like I do voice clips because I want you to hear the tone of my voice. I want you to hear what vibration my voice is on, because text messages, it ain't got no voice. You can just text somebody and you can read however you want to read it. But I like to feel the voice, because the voice got a vibration. Text messages don't have vibrations. Like when my son used to call me from prison, and he'd be like, they have to have a recording. So they'd be like, you got to collect call from Psycho. That's what he said his name is, a demon. Psycho. And I'm like, okay. In my head, in the beginning, I'm like, oh, he in a good mood. Soon as he get on that phone, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that. Click up. I hang right up on him. Click up. We ain't bringing this over here. I don't want to hear that drama. I don't want that demon in my ear. And this is just how it really goes. So I like to hear the voice of people. So if we texting all the time, I don't do texting. I like voice clips. So, there's a lot of things that I had to stop because I know how, Satan works. Just like us on here. I know y'all got no other choice but to text. I got to keep it that way. But I really like to hear voices. I really like to talk to individuals with the voice, because I can tell a lot through the voice, but I can tell a lot through the text messages, but you have to pay a lot of attention to text messages. But you got to pick it. Everything is vibrations, frequencies, energies. We are spiritual beings, and whatever spirit you holding on to, it vibrates to that other individual. That's why Paul say if you sleep around with a harlot, y'all are one flesh because y'all both have the same demons. Because you're not going to choose a harlot to sleep with if you ain't got no lust issues. And one thing about harlots, I'm just being honest, harlots they do the most. It's just like what Diddy going to court for. Groupies, orgies. They get real down dirty and ugly. Corn, you know what I'm saying? So those are dark entities that come strong on your life. And many people watching corn, many people watching them X rated movies. Those are building fantasies up here. And when you get into the bedroom, now you got you want to experience that fantasy. And people just don't like to talk about it because they're ashamed. But why be ashamed when God see you in secret? Just talk about it. And but when they see other people do it, they be like, oh, that's a shame. They wrong for that. But you know you're only saying that because your subconscious and that conscious inside of you, that secret wound that you're hiding, you be like, really, you want to say, man, I'm fighting with this right now. But instead of saying that right now, your demon got you lying about it. Oh, that's a shame they doing that. Because with Diddy case, everybody point fingers at Diddy. Everybody out here saying, oh, Diddy this. Oh, now, Diddy is wrong for a lot of things that he did using young children. That's Diddy know better than that. Diddy knew better messing with them young little boys. Where my head is at, where were their parents? Like, that's the key player right there. Where were the parents? How can it ain't that much fame in the world? My daughter wanted to go to modeling school. I had sent the money in. It was a good lump sum of money. I can't remember. It was good lump sum, and they had sent her back a pamphlet, a package, what they expect from her. She had to do a 10-minute video, and I got to thinking. I said, "Girl, you ain't going there." I said, "I will lose that money. I lose that money." I said because why they want you at a young age? She wasn't number 18, 17, 18, one of them. Why they want you at a young age? I said, I wouldn't be a mother. So she got mad for a while. She really did. I didn't care. But I was like, I'm not letting you go off like that. No matter what, you ain't going off into a strange town, into these strange people hands. Because if you go, I gotta go. Because I want to see what you're around. She got mad, she kicked, she cried. She probably said a lot of words about me. I didn't care. But I was like, nah, it's up to the parents. They the ones signed these contracts. To think about it, they the ones signed it. Why you sell your boys? Why you sell your young children off? Because you want them to be famous. You want them to bring money in the house. You want them to take care of you. All money ain't good money. Now look at these boys. Look at, what's his name? Justin Bieber. I think I'm saying this right. Justin Bieber. Look at the little guy, the gray dude that was playing on Empire with Terrence and Cookie, the younger son. He messed with all these kids. He got to go down for that one. But far as groupies and stuff, if Diddy been singing this a long time in his songs. And these parents should be charged. I'm really behind that. Them parents should be going down. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all them. They need to all be charged. Oprah Winfrey, Miss Knowles, and all them need to go. Them older witches and them older warlocks. That's why a lot of men like young women. Because they're naive. They just want a little dollar. They want to look important. They want people to see them. They want to be worshipped because in these families, they didn't do that. But these people need to all be in jail. Every one of them. Every one of them. TD Jakes, everybody. All the false prophets, put them in jail. Wait a minute, y'all got to get some air. Whew. It's been up early. I need to walk a little bit. But this is real. We as people, we got to do better. We can't, and they're giving up your children to the industry because it's money. Look at the little twin boys. I forgot their name. Beach Boys, something. Got them babies all tat down. I got tattoos, and I got tattoos for a reason. All these tattoos, every tattoo is for a reason. But those babies out there around people tattooing up, putting gold teeth on their teeth. I lost a young man. He was singing with Bootsy, little J-Bo. He went out there and came out of straight out the streets, was soft. That child wasn't used to that, even though he was rapping it, even though he grew up around it. He hung with my son. My son protected all them children. That little child lost his life back in his hometown, coming around with an ego because he had money. He was rapping with little Bootsy, and that little Indian boy took him out. Y'all got to be very careful when you ain't built like that. That child was not built like that. That child was worrying about he was a football player. He never got in too many fights or nothing like that. But when he got in the industry, that boosted his ego up. Satan said, come on, bring him in. Brought him in, and that child lost his life. He went back to his hometown, tried to run like he was bad because he sung with Bootsy and other rappers. Them people don't care. The hood don't care. Look at Nipsey. He went back in the hood. You can't return back to them folks with no ego on you or acting like you important or you forgot about some beef you didn't settle. Them people ain't got nothing to lose. You can't go back in there thinking you better and bigger than them. They coming for you. They will take y'all out of here, and especially if you ain't built like that. If you ain't built like that, stay out the hood. It might look dangerous. You might gravitate to it. You might want to go everywhere. You go in little countries and stuff, and you want the bad area. If you ain't built like that, stay out of it. Fight your demons. Face them demons. Because you don't know what you're going up against. That's because them demonic spirits are strong on your soul. They got a whole lot of power over your vessel, and that's a bad thing. Stop letting these titles get y'all in predicaments that you can't get out of. Because that's what's going on. These titles is the real reason why many can't be the way they, be the real them. You're trying to be a fit-inner. You're trying to fit in. You're trying to act important. You're trying to act popular. No, don't do that. Be you. I came out the hood. Hardcore. Ain't had no love and no kisses and no hugs and no compassion. I came out of it hardcore. It wasn't no easy. That's not no easy living. You got to be paranoid. You got to watch your back and make sure nobody don't run up on you and rob you and all that. Don't want that life. You want a life of love, compassion. You want somebody that's emotionally balanced. Don't be chasing money. That's not no life either. I want to be famous. I want to be rich. I want to be the next best thing. There is no next best thing because somebody going to come along and knock you off the stage and they're going to want the new thing. It's the same way as they say with these quote unquote narcissists looking for the best, the next shiny eye in this famous business. You're going to be famous for a little bit. You might be the top 20. You might be the top of the top one of the year, but somebody else going to come along and knock you right up off that stage, and then they're going to forget about you, and then they're going to gravitate to the next best thing. It's all Satan. Stop looking at, I want to be that one out there. You're going to get old. You're going to die off. Get about you, and then they're going to praise somebody else. They're going to worship somebody else, and there you're going to be lonely dealing with yourself. Now you're going to let Satan try to keep you going. Look at Smokey Robinson and them. Some men are old in the flesh, can barely move, but they still on the stage trying to sing songs, still trying to bump and grind. Man, go home. Go rest. Go settle down. Go sit in a rocking chair and pray. And teach other people not to get in the industry. Look at Keith Sweat. He can't even get himself together. Just grinding and just feeling like they still there. You're not still there. You're in senior citizen era now. Okay, y'all hear a truck because I got my door open. Go sit down. Ain't nothing wrong with, reminiscing or being, loving on yourself. But out here just trying to grind and still trying to keep up with the 20s and the 30s. That's not cool. It's just not cool. That means you got a demon on you. That demon try to keep you in the youth, trying to keep you back. No, you go forward. I'm not out here trying to be no hot girl no more. I can't be. I'm a healthy girl. And I'm not even there. I still eat my candy. Not candy like that, but I love my ice cream. I love some ice cream, honey. I just love ice cream. But I've been just laying back off of it because I eat too much of it. I want to try this Briar's shortcake, but I got to find my homeless friends before I buy it. I got to find my homeless friends and get me some bowls so we can sit down and eat because I love my homeless people. I love my homeless people. I love women and men that's out here in the streets that just need some love. I'm not afraid of them because I know how to approach them. I don't come and approach them, get off the streets, get off the corner. You got to approach them with a very strategic energy. You got to let them feel you're safe. You can't let them see that you're safe. You got to let them feel that you're safe. So your energy got to be very humble, very caring. So when you approach them, you got to be very careful because they're very sensitive. They're very paranoid. They're very angry. And when they're fragile like that, you got to handle them with care. A lot of people be like, I'm not going to shrink. You got to shrink. Not shrinking because you're weak. You're shrinking because they're weak. You're not shrinking because you got to lower yourself before them. You're shrinking because they're weak. So you got to come beneath them so you can make them feel safe. These people been in a lot of trauma, even in the rich world. Those people are traumatized, drugged out, drunk out, fighting, abuse. I was on my TikTok and a woman was like, even in the white crayon community, children get beat on. But I know that though. I know that. I dated a white guy. His father was very abusive to them. I know how it go. It ain't about the skin color. It's about the energies and the vibrations. And once people come to realization and reality that it ain't one particular color, you get somewhere. You'll start moving forward. But right now, there's too many stumbling blocks and delusions and illusions. The reality got to come through. But that's all I gotta say. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna tell the truth. But just be kind and caring and loving to yourself. Just know, stop chasing the best next thing. The best next thing is following Christ, getting delivered from all them demons you got. Go deep down in your heart and bring it up from the root and hand it over to the Almighty God so he can give you that new heart so it can stand up against the wails of the devil. Because I'm telling you, I put some fighting down because I refuse to live in darkness anymore. And I love who I am. I really love who I am. And I have self-control. And I have self-discipline. And I'm not celibate because I can't get a man. I'm celibate because I got to first be loyal to myself. So if I date a man or, even people say long distance relationships don't work. Yes, they do. That lets you know that you can go anywhere in the world and I'm going to still be loyal to you. You're going to still be loyal to me. We got to learn each other from a distance. We're learning the Almighty from above. And we haven't even seen him yet, but we feel him. The ones that got the Holy Spirit. But we don't see him, but we loyal to him. So what's the difference in being loyal to somebody long distance? It ain't nothing wrong having a long distance relationship. I never tried it, but why wouldn't it be? I'm loyal to myself. So if I'm not going to harm myself, and if I get with somebody, I'm not going to harm them, they ain't going to have nothing to worry about because I'm around men all day, every day. If I was, out of control or my discipline was not right, I would have been had a guy. I would have been talked to a guy. Many approached me, even my barber. My barber be like, women gonna get married? Never. He asked me all that, women gonna get married? Never. Because they see that I'm loyal. These people watch it. One man asked me, what's getting in the way? What's getting in the way? Me and you? Because I observe. I observe men. They don't think I'm looking, but I observe them. Is they always in women's faces? Do they always got to be around a woman? Do a woman always, do they talk about their exes? See, that's the stuff that stops me from coming towards you. Because I know if I get in a relationship with you, you're going to be like, you took it then. What's wrong with it now? See, I'm not gonna have nothing throw back in my face. So that's why I am the way I am. But I love you all. Y'all all be great. Gotta go. Cause they out here about to work. Y'all already know it's almost summertime and they got to cut the grass, they blowing the sidewalks, and I'm in a parking lot, but I'm about to move. You know how it go when it's about to clean it up. They gotta keep their little business fancy, they gotta do it all. So this landscaping time. But I love you all. Y'all all be great, and y'all be loving to yourself, care, kind, and compassionate. And you have to love you first. And first of all, God is love. If you don't love God, you can't love. Believe me when I tell you. I've been there, done that. Y'all all be blessed and have a great day. It's Thursday. See ya.